DolanChick here! How are you? I hope you are doing well. And about myself, I'm so happy because I'll tell you in the video. I'm so happy all because of this. It's simzot. It means literally in Uyghur, chubby wheat. It's so funny, right? I remember as a child when I was 5, maybe 6, when I heard the name of this wheat for the first time, I laughed so hard. I still can't believe I found this in the Netherlands in the local grocery stores. I'm so happy. Anyway, I'm going to tell you what we are going to make today, and it's delicious pöre. For the Uyghur kitchen, this is one of the most simple recipe because we only need dough and then make the filling. So let's dig into it right away. First of all, as usual, I'm going to make dough. I already measure out the flour and also water, which we don't do in the Uyghur kitchen, especially Uyghur mothers. Nobody measure out things, you know, just grab and knead the dough, and it turned out perfectly. But for you guys, especially for you, I measured out the flour and already added to the mixing bowl. So add the salt to the flour, then 1 egg, then oil, add the water little by little to the flour. So first pour it into your palm, spread it over the flour, and with your palm grab it firmly. If they don't stick to each other, you can think, okay, there's not enough water, so I'm going to add more water. So each time you are going to add water little by little, and then grab it with your palm, with your fingers. When it comes together, you are going to knead it thoroughly with your fist. It's very traditional way of making dough in the Uyghur way, and you may think it's lots of work, but can you imagine? My mom makes this kind of dough dishes every day for at least 5 people, so you can imagine how much work it is. But long story short, you are going to knead it, so all dry flours come together, so the dough becomes beautiful, smooth from inside out, and wet pieces, dry pieces all come together, but at the same time it's not sticky. It's really important. It's like a rubbery feeling when you press it. Now you just made this beautiful, cute, smooth, perfect dough, and now we are going to let it rest for about 15 minutes, and don't forget to cover it with a wet towel. For the filling, of course, simzot. I didn't know the English word of this wheat, and it's called in English purslane. Remember that, simzot. And next to the purslane, onion of course, and lamb fat. It's very typical in the Uyghur cuisine that we use lamb fat in recipes such as samsa, pöre, and also for this pöre. And if you don't like that, you can replace it with vegetable oil or any kind of other oils. So kuyruk mai, also seasoning such as white pepper and salt. The oil and lamb fat, I'm going to heat them up in the pan, so the lamb fat, kuyruk mai, melts in the oil, and there are some chunks left also, and that makes the filling very typical Uyghur aromatic, this smell, you know, it gives also some texture. Then fine chop these simzot, purslane, together with onion, salt, white pepper, and oil. Mix them well with your hand. The filling is ready and also the dough is ready. Now we are going to make the wrappers so we can pan fry them in this beautiful kazan. Look at this beautiful dough. Press it from top down, make it little flat, rectangle form, and in lengthwise we are going to divide it into 2 pieces and roll each piece Each piece you are going to divide it into 4 pieces. Each piece is slightly bigger than walnut, and each piece you are going to turn it around. As you can see, we can roll it. It's like cylinder, what you want to call it. We are going to press it from top down with our palm, so it becomes beautiful circle shaped round piece. So don't forget to sprinkle some flour, of course, so they don't stick to the table. Now use a rolling pin. This is fun to do and also my favorite part to do. We are going to roll out each piece so we can make beautiful, big and quite thin wrapper. As you can see, it has a dry flour on it. It's really important before we bake the pöre in the oil that you shake off these dry flours, because when you add it directly into the oil, these dry flours will burn in the oil and you will get this burnt, smoky, not delicious pieces left in the oil or on the pöre. So it's really important that you lose these dry flour from it and then make the wrappers. Place the filling, it's about 1 tablespoon. Spread the filling evenly on the one side, except the edges. We are going to make half moon shape, beautiful pöres. So it's really important by pressing the edges for pushing out the air from the pöre. Then close the edges by using your fingers. So press it firmly so it closes well, otherwise it'll open when you are frying it. So also to make it slightly thinner. Now we are going to use this beautiful handmade Uyghur style dough cutter or dough roller cutter. I don't know the English name, but in Uyghur is kesküç or qiyğuç. We are going to cut off the edges of the pöre so it gets beautiful flowery edges. Now we are going to let the pöre rest. If you place it directly on the table, it may stick to the table. So what we are going to do is use clean, beautiful, nice smelling towel and place the pöre on the top of it and cover it with it so it doesn't dry out. The leftover pieces, never throw it away. We can use it and make delicious foods always, or keep it in the refrigerator, or yes, you can make lots of delicious things. Okay, what we are going to do is use these leftover pieces for testing the temperature of the oil. For frying the pöre, of course, we are going to use this bigger flat pan. Add the oil, turn on the fire, the biggest fire. You need to heat up the oil really well. The oil should cover the bottom of the pan. Now, when you think the oil is hot enough, you may see some wrinkles in the oil, maybe some light smoke from the edges of the pan. Really gently add these leftover pieces in the oil. If it bubbles really quick, straight away, the oil is hot enough. This is really important. Otherwise, if it's not hot enough, you don't see these bubbles. I'm going to pan fry all of them because I want to make a delicious some sweets. Look at these beautiful flowery edges. If you like sweets, sprinkle some sugar powder. It's so delicious, freshly made, it's hot. For pan frying the pöre, we will use spatula and the chopsticks. You can also use fork with spatula. Now we are going to place 2 pieces at the same time in the oil. when you are placing it, it's really important. Place it upside down in the pan. Otherwise, it'll rise and become round and you can't bake it evenly. The oil is quite hot, so when you insert it in the oil, it'll brown quite quick. So turn it around after 1 minute, maybe. It's quite quick. Turn it around. And the other side, you are going to turn the fire down and close the lid. That helps for cooking the pöre evenly. Pöre is ready! I have to try one. Oh. Delicious! I can feel the real spring now. I hope you like this recipe. If you like it, don't forget to share it with your family and friends and enjoy this delicious recipe from your own kitchen. Thank you so much and see you in the next video. Bye!